As you're ready for more, you may choose to find hands and knees and walk your knees through your hands, coming to a seat, extending your legs long on your mat. You may take just a moment to see how your legs feel. It could be helpful to scoot flesh back out from underneath your hip points so you have extra connection with the earth. Notice if that changes any sensation in your low back or hip flexors. And it's okay if you have air pockets under your knees. You're welcome to keep them bent here. Offer support with blocks or a rolled up blanket or towel, or just let that pocket stay there. And as you find your variation of staff pose today, I invite you to flex your toenails towards your heart and lengthen your crown away from your hips, settling your shoulders away from your ears, finding your breath, noticing all these posture points, finding any intention to bring everything all together, being mindful in our movement. You may choose to stay right where you are or begin to ragdoll from your staff pose, maybe imagining your face as it becomes heavy towards your lap. Bringing your chin towards your chest, maybe you roll your shoulders forward, almost slouching as you allow your heart to soften towards your lap. Notice the soft sensation of your belly and internal organs as they kind of offer each other a hug with soft pressure as the spine curls around protectively. Notice the expansion of your back body as you inhale. You curl, letting your face be heavy towards your knees. You might support the weight of your upper body with your arms almost like springs on either side, or you could let your upper body hang, whatever feels right for you. Notice your breath. Maybe allow your tongue to float away from the roof of your mouth. As you're ready, a long inhale may walk your body up to sitting upright, returning to staff pose. Maybe blinking your eyes, looking around to reorient. And from here, you have the option to join me with a wide-legged fold. I like to bring my cushion, my folded blanket or towel off to one side a little bit. As I bring my heels wide toward the opposite corners of the mat. And if you're in a space that allows you to sit up next to a wall, this can feel nice to have the support behind you as you sit tall. Maybe choosing to flex toenails towards your face, just like we did in staff pose. From here, choose to bring one or both handprints to the mat in front of you. Maybe thinking tall thoughts as you lead with your heart. Hinge at your hips and choose to reach forward any amount. Honor your body's edges. There's no correct range of motion here, and this might look different for each body each day. So just pay attention, maybe notice your breath, maybe notice any desire to reach a certain range of motion, and choose to just notice what's accessible right now. You could bring a pillow or a bolster or a stack of books in front of you if you'd like a place to create a platform for your elbows. If you have blocks nearby, they're great for that as well. It might look like this, giving you the opportunity to make little circles with your wrists and fists, especially after they did a little support on hands and knees for tabletop work. And maybe checking in with any intentions you brought to your practice today. Decide if you're ready for more warmth and more movement. If so, I invite you to set any props aside, clearing the way. I'll meet you on our feet. Be easy with yourself as you make your way up. Use any props to support you as you get there, whether that's the wall, the floor, those blocks, or anything else. And you might take just a moment to check in as you make your way to upright, finding mountain pose or your variation of that today. You might look at your feet rocking forward and back as you place both footprints on imaginary railroad tracks of any width. More space between east and west will give more stability to your mountain. Allow your knees to be soft as both footprints glue to the mat. Can you find a neutral tilt to your pelvis, both forward and back and side to side? Then growing like a sprout from the earth in springtime, can you get a little tall as you gather in your core muscles? Allow your collarbone to be broad as you settle shoulder blades together on your back and reach fingertips toward the floor. Lift your crown away from the floor, the tippy top of your mountain. Take a long breath here from toes to nose. I like to imagine it would be very difficult to knock me over after taking the time to intentionally place all of these posture points in my mountain pose. So do with that what you will, take what you need, leave what you don't. We'll prepare for sun salutation variations, building some warmth in the body if that's what you're here for. If you have them, I invite you to place your blocks at maybe the top quarter of your mat so they're handy for the early variations of our sun salutation. So again, placing your feet on those railroad tracks, looking at your foundation, finding mountain pose. Choose to move as you're ready with an inhale, perhaps reaching up. Choose to connect your hands in center and slice the air or swan dive, hinging at your hips, finding a half fold. Maybe your hands meet your lap as you lengthen your spine and the backs of your legs. The knees can be bent. Choose to stay here or forward fold, maybe reaching for the tops of those blocks. You may choose to hang your head, nodding yes, or shaking no. An inhale may find a half fold as you lift, bringing both hands to shins or lap, lengthening legs and spine. From here, sit the hips into an imaginary chair, maybe connecting the hands at the heart or reaching out for counterbalance. From your chair pose, shoot into both feet, rise to mountain. Nice work. We'll add on after a few cycles. Choose to move at your pace, inhaling up, exhaling half fold. Option to stay here or forward fold. Inhale, half lift, lengthen. Exhale, maybe fold again. Inhale, half lift. Find your chair. And rise to mountain. Repeat if you'd like. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, half fold. Inhale, choose to move to forward fold or stay right where you are. Half lift, inhale for length. Exhale, sit in your chair pose. Inhale, rise to mountain, prepare to add on. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, half fold. Stay or forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, find chair pose. Option to stay here or step back with one foot, sending toes out to the side as you lengthen the whole leg, rooting the heel down towards center. Option to bring hands to heart and rise, or maybe lift the hands to the sky for your warrior one. You might look down and heel toe your front foot forward, making a slightly more right angle with knee and ankle. Might see if that feels supportive. As you're ready, choose to reach up and hinge at your hips. Maybe finding heart center or connecting with those blocks as you step the back foot forward for chair pose again. We'll shift over to the other side, stepping back again, sending the other toes out, maybe heel toeing that foot forward a little bit, making any adjustments needed. Once your foundation feels firm, choose to find heart center or reach for the sky. As you're ready, float for your fingertips to connect with the blocks or connect at heart center as you step the back foot forward. From your chair pose, choose to rise to mountain and take several breaths, or come along in building on a vinyasa, which is a flow sequence to build more warmth between these poses as we cycle through. So again, you have the option to stay here and breathe, get on and off the bus as you're ready and need. If you'd like to join me for a vinyasa, I invite you to reach up as you breathe in. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your hands, maybe set your blocks aside. It's okay to bend your knees along the way here. Step back, find plank. Choose to stay here or lower for low plank. And keep your elbows close as they skim the sides of your rib cage, lowering to your belly. It might be nice to bring a fist under the forehead for a pillow and flex one heel towards your hips, lengthening the quad and hip flexors. Big breath in here. And switch sides, bringing the other hand under the head and reaching back, maybe connecting with the ankle, maybe not, that's okay. Just reaching the heel toward the hips, maybe flexing the toes towards the shin. As the tops of both feet connect with the earth, bring both handprints to the outsides of your shoulders. Choose to look at the mat and lift your face like a baby cobra, again, bringing those elbows towards your ribs. Can you squeeze your shoulder blades together here and press your belly into the mat for a big breath in? Exhale, peel down, grow long, tuck the toes, rise for low or high plank, maybe one and then the other. Option to meet me in tabletop, or lift your hips for downward facing dog. And from here, maybe walk hands and feet together to meet in a forward fold, shaking out the head and rising up to standing. So that is a vinyasa. Choose to add it along the way or skip it as we continue with our sun salutation.